Just last month, there was 36 properties that sold over $1 million in Edmonton, which is a pretty high number for us. Hello, hello, hello! Happy June! Summer's here. Welcome summer.
Welcome summer.
It's been pretty nice and warm, which is great.
It is, yeah.
And I think that's helped a little bit with restrictions lightening up a little bit.
Yeah.
The sun is shining.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are a little bit more relaxed, and there's a bit more of a calm right now, which is nice.
A glimmer of hope.
That's right. Yeah. So we're looking at May results and keeping you up to date on what's going on in the market and what we're seeing as far as trends. Right now, we ended the month with just under 6,000 properties for sale in the Edmonton area, so 5,800, 5,900, and we're having around 1,900 sales per month. And so right now we have just over 3 months of inventory if we didn't add any new listings, right?
Yeah.
And so it is putting us still a seller's market overall, but getting a lot more balanced. And so if you're a seller, pricing is still important. Homes priced well will sell, and there is opportunity to have multiple offers. However, not everything that's being listed is selling.
No,
right?
no, definitely seen that, I would say, in the last week or so. It's really surprising how quickly that can happen. So yeah, things have just tempered a little bit. And I think it's the combination of, the restrictions are kind of lightening up, people are getting into that summer mode, and they've got other things to think about other than where they're going to live and what they want to do.
Totally.
Yeah, so in terms of multiples, there's been less of them, but still happening in some of the really high demand areas.
Yep.
And yeah, there's more inventory coming on this time of year, which is pretty typical.
Yeah, it's not, and just even the amount of new listings that have come on, so the amount of properties available, year to date is around 13,000 listings that have come on for sale, which is up, understandably, from last year, 50%, right? And we did have a huge lull, the
May
earth stood still in March, right? So, I think that'll start to balance out. And yeah. So what do you see in condo, single family?
So days on market for both condos and single family are still down compared to what we were seeing even last month, which is, common. You're going to see that
seasonally.
Yeah, seasonally, and the excitement from April and all the demand that was there will translate into the May numbers. But even, year over year, we're seeing a decline in terms of days on market. So, there are a lot of people curious about condo market and whether or not it's worth listing right now. There is still the condo market is still quite saturated overall, and we're still seeing it's taking some time to sell condos. So that's still a little bit frustrating for folks. In terms of single family, average prices at $476. And the average days on market right now for single family is about 27 days.
Okay, great. For the ones that are selling fairly quickly.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Yeah, and I always like to refresh, just as a general practice. Most people, from the time they remove their condition, want to be moved into a new place between 30 and 60 days. Yeah. That's the most commonplace. Just give some people some insight.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Great. Do we get into high-low?
I was just going to say, let's do some high-low.
Great.
So, for single family, there was a little property needed a lot of work, and it was one of those ones with it was basementless. It just had a crawl space, but it sold for $140, and that was in Eastwood, so kind of north central area.
Great.
But yeah, a little 800 square foot fixer-upper. That's a good opportunity for somebody.
Yeah.
The high roller sold for $2.9, and it was in Wedgewood. Cool. Saltwater pool. Yeah, walkout. It's pretty crazy. About 3,500 square feet.
Nice.
So,
nice.
We can dream.
Yeah.
And then in condos, there was a couple interesting ones. So the low was only 310 square feet.
Cute. Is that what we say? Cute?
Cute. Yeah, we don't see a pile of those in Edmonton, although in other parts of the world, Toronto and things like that,
Sure.
like 300 square feet, that happens quite a
Micro
bit.
suites, yeah.
Micro suites, right? So it sold for 41,000. However, when we're talking micro suites, this wasn't, the brand new cute little catchy one. This was built in 1968, so it was tiny little suite.
Oh.
And then in terms of the condo that sold, it was in that West Block area in Glenora, that new tower, and it sold for 1.16.
Nice, great.
Yeah.
And I did note that just last month there was 36 properties that sold over $1 million in Edmonton, which is a pretty high number for us. That's nice to see some of that high end moving, like the real hot spots, rural acreage.
Yes.
Still really hot right now. I think people are looking to have more space, working from home, wanting a little bit more area for their family, and then that single family price point in that $350 to $450 is always going to be really hot for us, and that's very competitive right now. So
it is,
yeah. Well, great. We always say real estate is neighborhood specific, and if you have any thoughts of selling, we'd love to chat with you and see if it makes sense for you at this time.
Absolutely. All right. Have a happy June.